Hello and welcome to another episode of Mike Financial Education. Today we're going to talk about how to win the money game. Before we begin, it's important for me to emphasize that everything said in this episode is not a recommendation, as I am not a financial advisor or advisor in any field whatsoever. When you start playing a game, you know what the rules of the game are and what you need to do to win. But in the financial world, there are many people who don't understand the framework of rules. And worse than that, there are many people who don't understand what the goal of the game is and how to win. So, in this episode, we'll deal with the question of how to win the money game, addressing several different aspects. The first aspect is rules. There's no doubt that the foundation for success in any game is understanding the rules. There are games where the rules are relatively simple to understand, like soccer or basketball. And there are games that have many more rules and are therefore considered complicated to understand. The financial game is considered to be full of rules to such an extent that you could say it's impossible to learn them all. But you don't need to learn them all, just the main rules. If you know how to use the rules to your advantage, you'll be able to succeed easily and quickly. Let's start with tax laws, which are usually what hurts most people the hardest. If we look at tax laws in most states, we can see that you have the opportunity to use them to your advantage. Let's start with some basic things. The first law is settlements that qualify for income tax benefits. Most people don't know that they can get different tax benefits based on their living place. The second law is tax benefits on investments. As of today, there are incredible benefits for all kinds of different investments. I won't go into this too much, because we will have more episodes on this topic. But know that if you know how to utilize the benefit laws in various investments, you can save millions of dollars in the long term. And that's not an exaggeration. We could continue the list of rules for hours, but that's not the purpose of this episode. So we'll move on to the next thing. The second aspect is to play according to your level. Think about a person who starts playing a computer game and reaches level 20. That person understands what their level is and accordingly chooses how to play and against whom to play. The problem is that in life, we don't have a financial level marker above our heads, and we can't necessarily know what our financial level is. This causes two main problems: playing above your level and playing below your level. So, let's start with playing above your level. If you saw a level 10 player in some computer game choosing to fight against a level 100 player or play in an area that belongs to a much higher level, you'd understand that they're a noob player who's going to get eliminated. The same thing happens in the financial world. People listen to podcasts from people who are 100 levels above them and think that what they're doing is necessarily right for them, despite the chance that it's something that endangers their financial future. Think, for example, about a multimillionaire person for whom a loss of $100,000 is not terrible at all. That same person publishes a video where he invests $100,000 in a certain digital currency or anything else. If he does this and loses, then everything's fine because he's at a financial stage where such a loss doesn't affect him too much. But if someone who's at a low level takes this lesson and invests $100,000 in digital currency that he doesn't understand at all, it can end in financial disaster. And now to the other side, which is playing at a level lower than yours. Imagine you're playing that same game we talked about earlier, and you see someone at level 100, located in an area where he's fighting against level 10 players. You understand that he's probably not going to advance in the game. The same thing happens in the financial world. People tend to waste a lot of time, energy, and money on things that are far below their financial level. Think, for example, about a person who earns $150 per hour. That same person chooses to order pizza and sees that delivery costs an additional $20. He gets dressed and organized for 5 minutes, goes out to the car and drives 25 minutes each way toward the pizzeria, waits at the pizzeria for 5 minutes until the pizza comes out, and then returns 25 minutes to the house. That same person thinks he now saved money, but he saved $20 in exchange for an hour. Considering that the time he wasted is worth $150, it means he didn't save $20 on delivery, but lost $130. You can see people doing things that are very suitable for the basic financial stage that suited them 20 years ago, even though their financial level today is completely different. The third aspect is shortcuts. Anyone who has ever played a game and got stuck for a week on a level knows that you can watch a video on YouTube that explains how to pass the level. Shortcuts exist not only in computer games, but they also exist in the real world. There are certain principles and rules that are universally valid for anyone who wants to succeed financially. You can, for example, talk about the fact that the foundation for financial success is your ability to get more money than you spend. You can also talk about principles like investments, leverage, proper use of time, setting correct financial goals, and many other things that financially skilled people have already done in the past and gave you the opportunity to learn from them. You can find these shortcuts in books, videos, and podcasts. The fourth aspect, re-examine your metrics. Anyone who has ever played a video game knows that usually in games, you can improve the character's skills, for example, defense, attack, luck, and more. This costs you points or experience in the game. Usually, as you advance in levels, the character's needs change, and therefore, you usually redistribute the points. In the financial world, your ability to improve skills will cost you money, time, and energy. And you need to ask yourself, from time to time, whether you're investing your resources correctly. Think, for example, about a person who knows that a year from today, he's going to spend $60,000 on a certain thing, and therefore chooses to put his money in a bank deposit for a year. He sets aside $5,000 every month, understanding that he's going to get low interest of about 3.5%, but his money is at zero risk. That same person invested in a skill called setting aside $5,000 per month in a bank deposit. It might be that at that time in life, it suited him, but if now he tries to build wealth for the long term, this investment probably won't help him, and therefore, it's better for him to use the points, which is money in our case, to develop another skill. In this case, you could say that investing in index funds or in real estate would probably be much more profitable. The fifth aspect is to understand the game objective. In most games we know, there's a very clear goal. In soccer, our goal is for our team to get the ball into the goal more than the opposing team. In hide and seek, our goal is not to be found or to find whoever is hiding from us. But in the financial world, the picture is a bit more complex. For most people, the goal is to get rich or achieve financial freedom. But for each person, the interpretations of financial freedom and getting rich are different. Before you start the game, you need to understand what your final goal is. The reason many people struggle to succeed financially is that they don't even know where they want to get to. How can you reach a certain destination without even knowing what the destination is? Once you know what your goal is, you can build a plan and take action that advances you toward the goal. Of course, along the way, you can change the goal according to your needs. I can tell you that my goals at age 20 were not similar or close to my goals today. And once I chose to change goals, my actions and plans also changed completely. Summary: in this episode, we dealt with the main things that help people win the money game. The first thing is to know the rules of the game in order to use them to your advantage. The second thing is that you need to play according to your financial level. You need to understand that playing below your level or above your level might harm you. The third thing is to use shortcuts. The fourth thing is to re-examine your metrics. What suited you a few years ago doesn't necessarily suit you now. The fifth and final thing is to set a clear financial goal, even if you might change it in the future.